Hi guys, this is Rick once again. I'm going to show you my truck. I put a battery in the other day and I wanted to kind of show you the setup. I wanted to do a video and show you the setup and show you that it's actually working and it's doing a pretty good job. Alright, so here's my truck and here's what I did. What I did was I went ahead and ran a line. You can see it's right here, and I put it in the flex loom, which used to be red, but it kind of turns pink when it gets hot, right? So I ran it all along the back side of my pickup truck, and then I put a relay here, which is actually pretty good. It's a pretty decent brand. I'll put the brands in there. So I hooked up a switch from there to the fuse box, and it only switches when I turn the ignition on. When the ignition's off, it stays off. So it's an isolator. So I actually created my own cable, ran it back, stuck it to my Optima battery right here. So that's where it's getting the voltage. So the voltage comes from the other side of the truck, comes to the isolator. When I turn the switch on, it then charges this battery. When it's the engine off, this battery is completely isolated. It does nothing. Now I put my emergency lights on, put a fuse box here, and I'm running it to my emergency lights. These are 15 amp fuses. So these get energized whenever I flip a switch inside my truck. Now let's go ahead and test it and we'll see if it's charging. I've had it on my truck. I've had this battery in my truck for a couple of months now. Wanted to make sure everything was good, so let's make sure it's charging. Okay, as you see, I went ahead and put the probes in there just touching loosely, but it is giving me a charge, and that charge is at around a 12 volt charge, which is good. It's fluctuating because it's loose. And when I start the engine up, it goes up to about 14 volts. It kind of tells you that the alternator is kicking in and charging it. So everything is working fine. Isolator is doing its job. The cable I created for that side is doing its job. Cable I created for this side is doing its job. What I did was I actually bought a crimper so I can crimp the eyelets on there. And what I used was 5/8 inch eyelets to get this done. I used 2 gauge 102 or something like that, but it's basically 2 gauge line in order to get this done. The run is only going to be about 4 feet from that isolator to the 100 amp fuse that's right there, and then back down here it's only going to be about 1.5 feet. So I went ahead and bought a crimper so I can custom make my own cables. So I just wanted to show you guys that yes, this is working fine. So if you guys have any questions, please post them down there in the comment section. I'm going to answer every single question that's asked of me. I'm going to let you know what I paid for this Optima battery. I bought it about 2.5 years ago, and everything else you want to know. Okay? I'll see you guys later. If you have any other questions, make sure and ask me.